Welcome to Bollywood Hungama. I'm Rohit Khilnani, and whenever we talk about business, we come to Mr. Taran Adarsh, veteran trade analyst, and someone who does all the number crunching for us. Taran, thank you so much for giving me time once again.
Thank you, Rohit. Very kind of you to actually think of me time and again and talk to me about it.
There's never a better time. Every time I come, I'm like, there's so much to talk about. No 2 years are also the same.
Absolutely, I completely endorse that point of view also, and I genuinely feel that box office itself is so unpredictable.
Right.
But that's the beauty of our business. That what I might be saying today or what might be happening at the box office yesterday could just change overnight. And that's the beauty of this business, I guess.
Right. So I'm coming to you after the big Salman Khan release, Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan.
Yeah.
Today we are in a time has passed, and can we ask you this question? Is it a hit? Did it work for the makers? Did it work for Salman Khan?
I think it worked for Salman Khan as a producer because I'm sure he recovered his costs and he made some money out of it. But if you ask me very honestly, if your film, be it Bajrangi Bhaijaan, be it Sultan, be it any other film, has been doing 300 plus crore at the box office, domestic box office, and this film falls short by leaps and bounds, does 100 plus or something, then that's a complete downfall. And I am sure that Salman, being the producer of the film, would be knowing the figures and facts and figures. I genuinely feel, and I stand by my statement that I made to Bollywood Hungama a few days ago. I said that, Salman needs to work with better directors, work on better scripts. When I was watching Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan, I saw it before the release, one day before the release. And I came out in the interval and I told the team, जो सलमान के टीम थी वहाँ पर, मैंने कहा ये किस सदी की पिक्चर है और क्या दिखा रहे हैं आप. But I like the second half. I thought that would pull it off, but no, it did not. Salman's star power is so immense that the each factor really helped to an extent. But after that, the collection just came down.
Right.
And I think somewhere down the line, even the audience expects so much from Salman Khan.
Yeah,
He's such a huge star.
Yeah.
And he should realize his potential.
Right.
He should realize that, कि एक तो उन्होंने ऐसा मकाम हासिल किया है जिंदगी में, where he has, the moment he shows his scarf also in Pathan, and there are people who go bonkers, crazy that Salman is coming, CT, Tali, सब कुछ बजने लग जाती है. And I'm talking about multiplexes also, not just single screens. So just imagine the star power of this person. And I'm sure Salman knows that.
Right.
There's a very sensitive side to Salman Khan, which we saw on screen in Bajrangi Bhaijaan and Sultan. And I've known him over the years, so I've seen that a bit of that sensitive side of his when I've spoken to him a couple of times. There's a very sensitive side. I don't know why producers don't tackle that and portray that on screen.
Right.
Because Salman is a very nice person in real life. He's genuinely a very good soul.
That's what we've heard, yeah.
Yeah, and I think something that translates on the big, and that should not be difficult.
Right.
Because he's something that he has to just act what he is.
And also he has done it in Sultan, he has done it in Bajrangi Bhaijaan, so it's not that he can't do that.
ऐसा भी नहीं है कि he can't, and today he can pick and choose his directors. He can, and I mean, I would want to work, I would want to watch him work with Rajamouli, Rohit Shetty, the biggest of directors. Why not?
So why do you think it doesn't happen? Salman Khan making one call can do things.
He can really move things. But the only thing is, Rohit, that क्या हो जाता है कि हमारे यहाँ आदमी बाद में आता है, इनके ईगोज पहले आते हैं. And हमारे यहाँ elephantine egos होते हैं. And I guess everything is sorted out and people work with better directors and better who are at par, who can do justice to your talent. That's more important. Salman, as I said, is a fantastic star as far as the star power is concerned. There's no one to touch him. Shah Rukh also. But then, the thing is that when you do films like these, somewhere down the lines, even your fans get disappointed.
Yeah.
And you keep reading on Twitter that those trends that, Salman work with better directors. But, and I genuinely feel, that Salman needs to work with better directors.
Right.
As a well-wisher of the industry, as a well-wisher of Salman Khan
also.
I genuinely feel, and I conveyed it to a common friend that, please tell him to work with better directors. I genuinely feel that.
Right. Say someone like Salman Khan who is in a position of calling the shots. There were rumors that he wrote this story, it's close to his heart. Then some close friend wrote the story. Do you think somewhere maybe they don't have a reality check?
It's high time they had a reality check. It's high time they stepped out of their comfort zone or ivory tower or wherever they are, and realize कि जो and when you're a producer yourself, you get daily trends,
Yeah.
you get daily numbers. And today everyone is well aware of it. Even the common man on the street knows कि ये picture तो flop हो गई, ये picture का इतना ही business हुआ है, whatever. I don't want to get into that. But the thing is, as far as किसी का भाई किसी की जान is concerned, maybe it's not a terrible film as such, but the business is a complete downer.
Right.
Let's be very honest about it. And I'm sure Salman must be realizing it. And he must have realized that he needs to work with better directors. As a well-wisher of Salman Khan, as a well-wisher of the film industry, we need to see him in larger-than-life, better entertainers than what he's doing at the moment. Look at, after Bajrangi Bhaijaan and after Sultan, you pick up films like Race 3, Radhe, and Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan. What?
Yeah.
Kya hai ye? Who's not bound? Your fans are bound to be dejected.
Yeah. Salman being a biggest massy star, how come Shah Rukh Khan's Pathan did so well and Salman Khan didn't even come close to that?
It all depends on. But I would just like to add here, since we are talking about Salman, wait for Tiger 3.
Okay.
If at all any film needs to be compared with Pathan in terms of numbers, we'll have to compare Tiger 3.
Okay.
Because that's going to be a huge film. Having said that, I feel that Pathan worked for various reasons. The entertainment part of it, Shah Rukh, Deepika, the larger than life, and the action. I'm sure people love the action. Shah Rukh is known as a romantic hero over the years, but then he's so good in action scenes.
Right.
He's a complete all-rounder, if you ask me. So is Salman. It's such a volatile combination when Salman and Shah Rukh get together. And that scene when they come together, post-interval and towards the end also. I genuinely wish that, that more and more stars work in multi-starers. When I was growing up in the 70s, we had so many multi-starers.
Yeah.
From Amar Akbar Anthony to Naseeb to Kasme Wade to so many films round the clock, Muqaddar Ka Sikandar, and they were all big actors, 3, 4 actors were Kranti, Manoj Kumar Sahab used to make only multi-starers at that point of time. And people used to work in those films.
And today we remember those.
And yes, the recall value is so tremendous. But today, as I said, the egos are so enormous that people don't want to work in multi-starers for whatever reasons, or maybe the price structure is different. I genuinely wish that we make larger-than-life heroes. Rajamouli accomplished that with RRR.
Yes.
I'm sure no other director would have pulled off Junior NTR and Ram Charan in one film in Telugu industry. But only Rajamouli could have done that, and he did that.
Right. And the actors also agreed to share.
Absolutely, the trust.
Yeah, it's a trust.
The trust is very important with the director or with the maker of that film.
Right.
And I guess then things get smoothened out.
Right. Did Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan do well anywhere internationally? Some market in India, small towns.
I guess smaller towns due to the Eid factor. Otherwise, overall, it's been a disappointment in terms of numbers. As I said, when you compare apples with apples and mangoes with mangoes, when you compare Salman with Salman, then I guess it's not done well at all when you compare it with his past achievements.
Right. You were talking about the film that you came out of the interval, and this is what you said. What do you think when you see just the film and forget the business? What is the weakest point?
It could be anyone's film. It should keep me glued to the screen.
Yeah.
कि आपको पलक झपकाने का मौका ना मिले, आप अपनी कुर्सी की सीट से हिल नहीं पाए, और आप उस 2-2.5 घंटे तक एक अलग ही दुनिया में गुम हो जाए. That is the power of cinema. That is the magic of the big screen. Unfortunately, when you start looking on your cell phone, if you start looking on the roof,
Talking
you
to each other.
you start looking at your neighbor who's sitting where, that means that something that's going on screen is not holding your attention. And that's where the cinema fails. I think it's very important for any film to keep you glued to the screen. Maybe with the writing is the most important factor.
Right.
Unfortunately, what happens is that we don't really give so much emphasis to the writing part, and then we expect the star power to actually dominate and take it to safety. That doesn't really happen. Star power can save you for a day or two. After that, the content speaks.
Right.
So you need to get the content right in the first place. But
Right. Something that should have gone to 1,000 crore ended up very 10% of that maybe. Where does that leave the director Farhad Samji, who was also going to do Houseful 4? I don't know if he'll be doing or not. So
I
does it
have no
impact the
idea.
director?
Some people are very good as writers.
Okay.
They have got that gift of writing very
Comedy,
witty lines or funny lines, and
Mm.
uh, I genuinely feel that he's a better writer
Mm.
vis-a-vis, say, a director. He did impress me in certain portions of Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan, but I
Okay.
genuinely feel that he has his limitations.
Right.
I would not rate him as in Salman's body of work among the best directors that he's worked with.
Right.
As far as Houseful 4 or for the other any films that he's signed or not, I have no idea, and I don't really
Right.
want to comment on
Sure.
it. Maybe with the passage of time he might improve.
Right.
He's got the writing skills right.
Okay.
All he needs to maybe perhaps make a film of his choice, and then
Right.
maybe the true Fahad Samji would come out.
Moving on to something that was a big surprise. I saw your Twitter today, and you put out it's going to touch 150 crore, the Kerala story. Leaving aside, the politics of it that people are discussing, plain business wise, did you expect a film like that come and make such huge numbers?
I'll tell you one thing very very honestly.
Right.
आप उसे कोई भी नाम दे दीजिए, आप उसे कंट्रोवर्सी का नाम दे दीजिए, कुछ भी कह दीजिए, इवेंचुअली फॉर द एग्जिबिटर्स यानी थिएटर वालों के लिए रुपया पैसा आना वो मैटर करता है. बॉक्स ऑफिस पे सिक्कों की खनक से ज्यादा मीठी आवाज हो ही नहीं सकती. And I think that's very important for any filmmaker, that the balance sheet is green, not red.
Right.
In this case, the film industry was bleeding. Bola did not live up to the expectations.
Right.
Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan was an underperformer. No one expected Kerala story to work in such a big way, the way it's working at the moment. People might be drawing parallels with Kashmir Files. I'm not denying that. But the fact is that, in terms of numbers, it's very important that the film recovers its investment.
Yeah.
Here, well, it's a lottery for the producer, for Vipul Shah. And the fact that it's today is the 12th day and it's going to cross 150 crores.
Huge.
Not just 150 crores. It's the second highest grossing Hindi film of 2023. It has overtaken Bhola. It has overtaken Salman Khan's Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan and is sitting pretty on the number 2 position this year after Pathaan.
Wow. That is huge.
Now, what could be the business of this film? 200 crores, 225, 250? कुछ पता नहीं. Sky is the limit. When the audience accepts it, हाँ आप उसे बोल दीजिए कि इसे कई लोग पेट्रोनाइज कर रहे हैं, कई लोग ये कंट्रोवर्सीज की वजह से आ गई है. सुर्खियों में तो कई फिल्में आती हैं, हेडलाइंस में. कंट्रोवर्सीज में, विवादों में भी कई फिल्में घिरी रहती हैं. No denying that. But eventually the film has to speak for itself. The content has to speak for itself. I'm not trying to say what is right and what is wrong.
Right.
I'm just trying to say the numbers are right. And for the film industry that was bleeding, film industry ICU में थी. पठान के बाद भी कई फिल्में जो थी, खासकर शहजादा और सेल्फी, इन्होंने बहुत बड़ा झटका दिया है फिल्म इंडस्ट्री को. 440 वॉट का झटका दिया. एंड देन नाउ केम भोला एंड देन किसी का भाई किसी की जान. एंड दीज आर ऑल important star-studded films which didn't work at the box office. And then you have a Kerala story which does 150 plus now at the moment, maybe heading towards or marching towards 200 crores and going beyond 250 also. Now the cost of the film is very minimal.
Right.
So in terms of economics, it's a lottery.
Right.
It's a blockbuster.
Right.
But no one expected it. Coming back to your question, I did not expect it. I saw it. I was slightly unwell. I missed the screening before the release. I saw it on the day of release. I felt it was a well-made film. I don't know the authenticity of the film, but I would say that in terms of numbers, it's working big time.
Right. When it released, not many even knew it is releasing. When did the jump come suddenly? There was a time when the Prime Minister mentioned the film in one of his speeches. Do you think that's where escalated, reached more people?
I guess, it works with, it is because the word of mouth also contributes. Yes, our Honorable Prime Minister did comment on it. I'm not denying that. But somewhere down the line, there has to be an endorsement from the common man who's digging into his pockets, taking out his wallet and paying money at the ticket counter. That's more important. I think somewhere down the line, the audience has come in. Somewhere down the line, people are going to the cinema halls, not just in India, across the globe.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Across the
why
globe.
the film is working.
Right.
And in terms of economics, so I mean, as I
Yeah.
said, it's a lottery. In terms of numbers, it's a huge
Right.
profit
It must be a
margin.
small budget film.
It's a very small budget film. I don't think the cost would be, excluding P&A, it should not be more than 20.
My
Or
God.
maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
This question could be best
Sure.
answered by Vipul Shah.
Right.
But I feel with my experience, not more than 20 crores.
Right.
Add P&A or whatever that was, and it could go to 30 or whatever,
Yeah.
with interest and everything. But I feel that, when 150 you've already crossed today, and you're the second highest film, that itself is a humongous achievement.
Then it will go to OTT as well.
Now the digital price will be different.
Yeah.
Because अब आप उसे डिजिटल राइट्स बेचेंगे, सैटेलाइट राइट्स बेचेंगे, वो तो आपके लिए ब्रेड बटर तो उसमें आ गया था, जैम भी आ गया था, अभी तो उसमें तो फिर वो सोचिए क्या है.
Right.
जब ऊपर वाला देता है छप्पर फाड़ के देता है. विपुल शाह डिड नॉट हैव गुड रन फॉर द लास्ट कपल ऑफ फिल्म्स, बट आई थिंक वो जो सारी 3-4 फिल्में जो नहीं चली या औसत दर्जे एवरेज भी जो रही होगी, वॉट एवर इन टर्म्स ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स, इसमें ही इज बैक ऑन track again.
Right. People may call this one and Kashmir Files controversial films, propaganda films. Do you see more and more people, producers, now getting and jumping into something like this, which will stir the pot maybe, but it will get them the money?
Maybe, I don't know. But as of now, there have been no announcements.
Okay.
Let's be very honest, and one should really go only by the announcements, official announcements. I genuinely feel that maybe people are planning something. I have no idea. There have been no announcements to that effect.
Right.
Let the time come. Let us see how the film goes.
Okay.
And I guess over a period of time, I genuinely feel that we need to make different kind of films also. Mass masala is great. Romantic films are great. Socially relevant films are important as well. Mythologicals should also be made.
Yeah.
And if someone wants to attempt a film like Kashmir Files and Kerala Story, it's up to them.
Right.
I think in times to come, we'll have to wait for the official announcement to come in and then actually talk about it.
Right, sure. Right, talking about different films will be made. One that's coming, all eyes are on Adipurush.
Yes.
What are your expectations from that?
After I saw the teaser, I was very disappointed.
The first teaser.
The first teaser.
Right.
In fact, at the trailer launch, I told Om Raut, I told Prabhas also, that I have not liked your teaser, but I have loved the trailer. So, जो teaser में जो खामियां थी, मुझे ट्रेलर अच्छा लगा in terms of look, in terms of everything. It's looking nice, 3D.
Right.
I hope that the film works.
Yeah.
It's a very big film. It's exactly 1 month down the line. And 16th of June it's releasing. Also, I don't know how the film has shaped up. No one has watched it.
Right.
And I'm sure the first premiere would be happening on the 13th of June at the Tribeca Film Festival in New York. Prior to that, I don't think there would be any screening. And then perhaps there would be screening for us, for the media, and if at all there are. And then straight to the audience on the 16th.
Wow.
But I think Ramayana as an emotion is a very strong emotion.
Yes.
And I think for me, I would want to watch Ramayana on the big screen. I've seen when Ramanand Sagar Sahab was making Ramayana on Doordarshan. And I remember there were 3 serials at that point of time. Ramanand Sagar Sahab's Ramayana, B.R. Chopra Sahab's Mahabharat, and Ramesh Sippy Sir's Bunyad.
Right.
जब ये serials TV पे आते थे तो traffic खाली हो जाता था. The roads used to be completely empty.
Right.
And it was a fact. I've seen it with my own eyes. And Ramayana, since we are talking about Ramayana, when Ramanand Sagar Sahab made Ramayana at that point of time, there was no great VFX. There was no, I mean, there was not, he did
just makeup and masks.
And everything. And वो वैसा budget भी नहीं था जो आज आदि पुरुष को मिला है. So Om Raut has to get it right.
Yeah,
it's a very big responsibility on his shoulders.
He has all the resources.
And he needs to deliver.
Right.
He needs to deliver as a film. He needs to deliver with numbers also.
Right.
Because Prabhas, Ramayana, most importantly Ramayana, it's a big film.
Right.
You can't go wrong. You should not go wrong.
Right. Teaser feedback say trailer बहुत अच्छा बन गया. Are you expecting the film also to be, they must have worked on the film, do you think?
I hope so. The fact that they've delayed the film, I presume they must have worked on it. They are tight-lipped about it. They don't want to comment on it, but I hope the wait is worth it. क्योंकि क्या होता है जब आप एक बड़ी फिल्म देखने जाते हैं तो बड़ी उम्मीदों के साथ जाते हैं. हर आम और खास की जुबान पे उस फिल्म का जिक्र होता है। और जब इस फिल्म के साथ इमोशंस जुड़ जाते हैं किसी सब्जेक्ट के साथ में, तो उसका सही होना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है। एंड ये ओम राउत के कंधों पे एक बहुत बड़ी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, एक बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है कि वो डिलीवर करे, क्योंकि तानाजी was a very well made film.
Yes, it was. Right.
Yeah, and it worked at the box office also. So obviously the expectations are sky high. And well, let's hope Adipurush is also well made.
Right. June will also have Maidan, Satya Prem Ki Katha. You think you see this as a good month for the industry?
You know, I genuinely feel the month of May is not really happening for the film industry right now. Had it not been for the Kerala story, it would have been a complete dry month for the film industry. In any case, there are not many films that are really working at the box office. There's a Hollywood film coming in next week.
Yes.
Fast and Furious. But then that's a Hollywood film. We need more of local films to actually work at the box office. June should be a game changer. Jawan has been shifted to September, as we know. Yes. It's a great thing that Shah Rukh did, actually, if you ask me.
Why do you say that?
I feel, and this is my humble opinion, I feel that January to June was very limited time. And the breathing space for Jawan would be just 2 weeks, because there's Adipurush coming.
Yes, right.
So, you know, when you're arriving on the 2nd, and then you are releasing, and you have a 16th pay Adipurush coming, and then you have only 14 days ka window. Maybe the film is great, I'm not denying that. But now he's shifted to September. It's a Janmashtami weekend. So he's got a 4-day weekend again. Right. So let's hope. So that's my point of view. That there's sufficient gap between Pathan and Jawan now. Coming back to June, you just mentioned about Maidan and Satya Prem Ki Katha. Well, it's a great month if you ask me. And all three are different films. And I genuinely hope and pray that all three work at the box office.
Right.
It's so important for the film industry to survive. It's so important for the business to survive. And most importantly, it is important for the exhibitors to survive.
Right.
Because they have been, post-COVID, it's been a terrible scenario.
Right.
As I said, the film industry is in the ICU, even now at the moment.
Right.
One Pathan works.
Right.
But otherwise, you know, you can't really just rely on one Pathan to actually take you to safety.
Right.
You have to have multiple Pathans at the box office to actually take you to safety.
Right.
Otherwise, it's not worth it.
Right. You know, because when Pathan is working, then a Kerala story, a completely unexpected hit.
Yeah.
Then a Fast and Furious, if it works. So this is not the film industry here giving anything to the
Absolutely. You are so right.
Yeah.
As I said, you need to have local films. You need to have, जो हमारी फिल्में हैं, उनका कामयाब होना बहुत ज़रूरी है.
Right.
और ये बहुत ज़रूरी इसलिए भी है क्योंकि हमारी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री एक बहुत नाजुक दौर से गुजर रही है. We are going through a very lean phase at the moment, and I think and I hope that the makers realize in the coming weeks that they need to concentrate on content.
Right.
Because you can't really be taking the audience for granted कि हमारे यहाँ तो स्टार है, वो आ जाएंगे, वो फिल्में देख लेंगे.
Right. The younger stars, Ranveer, Karthik, Varun. You know, what is this year looking like when it comes to these stars?
Well, I think it's a great, interesting actually phase that we are in right now, because you have, except for Amir,
right?
You know, I mean, all the big stars are arriving with their films this year. Be it Akshay, be it Karthik, be it Ajay, be it Salman, Shah Rukh, Prabhas from South also, and Prabhas in Salar also, of course, post Adipurush. I guess it's going to be a very, very good year, post June onwards. Fingers crossed. Because I feel that a lot of young actors are also coming in. Ranveer is going to come in.
Rocky Rani.
Yes, Ranveer Kapoor is coming in Animal. Ranveer is coming with Karan Johar, his first collaboration. Sunny Deol is returning after a gap with Gadar 2. Again, what an interesting phase. And I genuinely feel that, you know, sometimes I read these statements that, you know, कि Salman, Shah Rukh, Amir, Akshay, Ajay and Hrithik, ये आखिरी सुपरस्टार्स है फिल्म इंडस्ट्री के, एंड इसके बाद सुपरस्टार्स नहीं होंगे. आई बेग टू डिफर. ये गलत है. वक्त किसी का नहीं होता और वक्त बदलता रहता है हमेशा. सबसे पहला सुपरस्टार हिंदी सिनेमा का था मिस्टर अशोक कुमार. उन्होंने कई कामयाब फिल्में की देविका रानी के साथ में, और फिर आई किस्मत. किस्मत वॉज द फर्स्ट ब्लॉकबस्टर ऑफ इंडिया इन द ईयर 1943 वो हिंदुस्तानी सिनेमा की हिंदी पर्दे की पहली ब्लॉकबस्टर थी जो 1943 में रिलीज हुई थी। एंड अशोक कुमार ने उसके बाद जो दौर देखा, जो फेज देखा, कमाल का दौर देखा, उसके बाद ऐसा लग रहा था कि अशोक कुमार के बाद कोई और बड़ा स्टार हो ही नहीं सकता। और उसके बाद 3 बड़े स्टार्स आए, राज कपूर साहब, दिलीप कुमार साहब और देवानंद साहब। 3 सुपरस्टार्स ने एक साथ राज किया और बहुत लंबे समय तक राज किया। सो वक्त बदला, पर फिर लग रहा था कि इन सुपरस्टार्स के बाद क्या, कौन? फिर आए राजेश खन्ना साहब। उनका एक दौर था जो ज्यादा नहीं चला, क्योंकि उस वक्त एक और नए एक्टर की एंट्री हो चुकी थी जो एंग्री यंग मैन बन के आए थे और जो आज तक चल रहे हैं। 50 साल हो गए उनको, या 50-60 साल हो गए उनको। श्री अमिताभ बच्चन साहब। अमित जी के लिए कहा जाता था और उन्हीं के लिए कहा जाता था। इनफैक्ट आई हैव रिटन सो मेनी टाइम्स इन दोज डेज आल्सो, वन मैन इंडस्ट्री। स्वर्गीय मनमोहन देसाई ने मुझे एक बात कही थी इंटरव्यू में, व्हिच आई वुड लाइक टू रिपीट हियर। ही हैड सेड, अमिताभ बच्चन इज लाइक हेलिस कॉमेट who strikes once in 70 years. ऐसा सुपरस्टार 70 साल में एक बार आता है। बट अमिताभ बच्चन के बाद फिर सलमान खान आए, शाहरुख खान आए, आज फिर शाहरुख खान की वापसी हुई है, सलमान खान की शायद वापसी हो जाएगी विद टाइगर 3। तो ये वक्त है, ये बदलता रहता है।
राइट।
तो आज कोई और था, कल कोई और था, आज कोई और है और कल कोई और हो सकता है। सो कमिंग बैक टू द न्यू जनरेशन, आई हैव अ लॉट ऑफ होप्स एंड एक्सपेक्टेशंस फ्रॉम रणबीर कपूर, Ranveer Singh, Kartik Aaryan is evolving. Let's see over a period of time. और who knows, suddenly कहीं से एक नया स्टार आ जाए और वो इन सबको पीछे छोड़ दे, क्योंकि वक्त है, as I said, ये बदलता रहता है। So never take your stardom for granted, and never take your time for granted.
Sure, yeah, that's very good advice. But having seen a career of these 3 superstars for 30 years, you yourself watched closely, met them, interviewed them, you know them. Where do you see potential? A lot of people say Ranbir Kapoor is the one who has the potential.
I genuinely feel, I genuinely feel that Ranbir Kapoor has the potential to be there, be there on the throne at the number 1 position.
Wow.
And you know, when look at his choices, he worked with Love Ranjan, who has a very different take on romantic films. Now the next film is Animal with Sandeep Reddy Vanga.
Different,
very different. You know, I am sure it's going to be a dynamic combination. It's going to be I don't know, maybe this is my feeling, my personal feeling, that ये एक बहुत ही बड़े लेवल की फिल्म हो सकती है, एंटरटेनर हो सकती है, if it gets it right, if the director gets it right in terms of writing, and Ranbir Kapoor can deliver. Ranbir, I have always insisted and said that, you know, आप उनकी फिल्मों में 10 खामियां निकाल सकते हैं, आप उंगली उठा सकते हैं, but रणबीर कपूर की एक्टिंग पे उंगली नहीं उठा सकते। He's so flawless, he's so perfect. Ranveer Singh is there. He can work magic in certain roles. Like I think I would like to single out Padmavat, Ram Leela, when he's worked with Sanjay Leela Bhansali. You know, when you work with such directors, you automatically, it brings out your best. And I think you need to work in today's times. I'm looking forward to what he's going to do with Karan Johar for this new film of his. Fingers crossed again. So, but I genuinely hope that he also bounces back, because he's not really had a great year. He's got Jayesh Bhai Jordar and Circus, which was a bad film which had to tank, and it was a disappointment in terms of numbers also. So I hope he bounces back. And then there's Ajay Devgan, who's again doing different kind of films. Then there is, of course, I mean, you're talking of younger generation. Then I think Ranveer, Kartik is there also. And as I said, that there could be someone else also who might just overtake all these people and come from nowhere. Without any backing or without any support, and just be the superstar, because it is the audience, ये जनता जनार्दन है जो आपको आसमान पे बिठाती है या जमीन पे गिराती है, और एक शुक्रवार, one Friday is enough for that. So it is very important that we have more stars coming and we have more talent coming in, because you can't really rely, any industry cannot rely on 4 and 5 stars.
You know, correct me if I'm wrong, when you're talking about Ranveer Singh, you're saying, you know, he delivered such very good films with Sanjay Leela Bhansali, but हर बार तो आपको बंसाली नहीं मिलेगा. You have to deliver with other directors also.
ये बात मैं मानता हूँ कि भाई हर बॉल पे सचिन तेंदुलकर छक्का नहीं मार सकता, but then you have to you have to make a conscious effort to work in larger than life films and work in quality films. ठीक है, maybe he has worked with Rohit Shetty in Simba and he thought that circus would also work and it did not work. Not his fault, partly. But then, I somewhere genuinely feel that there's more to Ranveer Singh than doing a circus.
Right. That's
as
true.
was evident in Padmavat or Ram Leela or any other film that he's done in the past. Bajirao Mastani. He's a committed actor. He's a good actor.
Right.
And it's only just the question of one hit, one Good Friday, and one good script that can take him places.
True.
At the moment, Ranbir Kapoor has an edge. Maybe they'll be neck to neck in times to come. You never know, because this business is so unpredictable. Right now, as I said, I'd place my bets on Ranbir Kapoor. Yes, without mincing words. Yes, Ranbir Kapoor to me is the next superstar. But who knows?
Right. We are talking about male actors only. This is such a different time for female actors. We are living in the times of Alia Bhatt, who's giving hits after hits and doing again different things and is talented. This year, whose films are you looking forward to when it comes to female stars?
Everyone's films. क्योंकि आप ये नहीं कह सकते कि इनकी फिल्म चलेगी और इनकी फिल्म नहीं चलेगी. सच बताना रोहित, क्या आपने एक्सपेक्ट किया था कि अदा शर्मा की फिल्म, कंगना रनौत, आलिया भट्ट कि गंगूबाई काठियावाड़ी या राजी, इन सबको ओवरटेक करके ये सबसे आगे चले जाएगी? बिल्कुल नहीं. मैंने भी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था. बट ये बॉक्स ऑफिस है, ये बहुत अनप्रेडिक्टेबल है, और यहाँ पर कौन सी फिल्म चलेगी कौन सी नहीं चलेगी शुक्रवार के पहले शो तक पता नहीं होता. जब ऑडियंस देख के निकलती है, उसके बाद कहती है कि भाई ये पिक्चर अच्छी है या बंडल है. और अगर अच्छी है तो उसके वर्ड ऑफ माउथ बढ़ता है, और अगर बंडल है तो कलेक्शन वैसे ही गिरते हैं जैसे कि ताश के पत्ते हैं.
आपके अकॉर्डिंग बट 3 टॉप 3 फीमेल एक्टर्स कौन होंगे जिससे जो एग्जिबिटर्स एक्साइट होते हैं कि इनकी फिल्म आ रही है?
देखिए, आलिया भट्ट है
जी,
कंगना, मैं कंगना का भी जिक्र करना चाहूंगा. यस, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अब कटरीना कैफ सलमान के साथ आ रही है टाइगर में, सो दैट इज एन इंपॉर्टेंट कॉम्बिनेशन, क्योंकि इनका कॉम्बिनेशन इन द पास्ट बहुत अच्छा रहा है. सो दैट इज देयर. दीपिका पादुकोण, शी इज एन एज. तो आज की तारीख में अगर जो मुकाबला चल रहा है वो दीपिका और ऑफ कोर्स आलिया का है. राइट. बट नाउ एज आई सेड, वहां पर एक अदा शर्मा भी आ जाती है, एंड आई डोंट नो अबाउट अ फ्यूचर अनाउंसमेंट्स. किसी को पता नहीं है. तो लेट्स सी नाउ कौन सी फिल्में जो आएंगी या कौन सी फिल्म नहीं, या अभी कंगना की आ रही है इमरजेंसी फिल्म, वो कितना व्यापार करती है, कितना बिजनेस करती है, वो देखने लायक है. राइट. सो इट्स गोइंग टू बी अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग फेज राइट नाउ फॉर इवन द लीडिंग लेडीज. राइट. You spoke about Kangana Ranaut, who's such a fine performer when it comes to acting. She's a brilliant actress.
But her choices of films and her films have been disasters at the box office of late. Is it because of her personal opinions, or why are people not going to watch her?
No, I think Kangana Ranaut is a brilliant actress.
Yeah.
If you see her work from the very beginning of her career, right from the first film, Gangster, वो लम्हे, right, to Dhakad, which didn't really work, which didn't work at the box office. Kangana was good on those films, in those films. Right. Yeah, बीच में कई फिल्में आती that you do it, आपको ही पता होता है कि you have to do it for, because they are commercial films, they are big films, and वहाँ पर हीरो पर सारी नजरें टिकी होंगी, हीरोइन पे इतना अहमियत नहीं दी जाती. But the fact remains that she is. But I genuinely feel that when जब एक आदमी फिल्म देखने जाता है, जब एक कोई भी सिनेगोअर फिल्म देखने जाता है, तो वो पर्दे पर देखी जा रही कहानी मायने रखती है. उस एक्टर के बारे में उसने एक्टर ने क्या कहा, या उस एक्टर की अपनी निजी जिंदगी में क्या हो रहा है, वो एक हद तक आपके दिमाग में होता है, बट जो पर्दे पर कैरेक्टर्स हैं वो मायने रखते हैं. और अगर वो फिल्म अच्छी रही तो वो जरूर कामयाब होगी. धाकड़ की जो कहानी थी, वो जो राइटिंग थी, बहुत वीक थी, एंड उसका सामना एक ऐसी फिल्म के साथ हुआ जो एकदम चल पड़ी, भूल भुलैया 2. तो उसका जब धाकड़ फ्लॉप हुई, तो उसका सारा का सारा जो कहते हैं जो ब्लेम आया उस वक्त, वो कंगना पर आया कि देखो कंगना ने अपनी फिल्म के चलाई नहीं. बट जबकि मैं मानता हूं कि कंगना तो फिल्म में अच्छी थी, कंगना का काम अच्छा था उस फिल्म में, उसने मेहनत की
नहीं रहे थे,
जा नहीं रहे हैं. दैट इज अ वेरी सैड पार्ट, एंड आई होप, और ये हर एक्टर के साथ होता है. अभी आप मुझे बताइए, अक्षय कुमार की फिल्म रिलीज हुई, सेल्फी, लोग नहीं गए
नहीं
देखने।
गए बिल्कुल।
भूल भुलैया 2 की अपार सफलता के बाद द ब्लॉकबस्टर सक्सेस ऑफ भूल भुलैया 2, कार्तिक आर्यन की फिल्म रिलीज हुई शहजादा, लोग नहीं गए। उसने तो कोई पॉलिटिकली रॉन्ग स्टेटमेंट्स नहीं दिए थे,
बिल्कुल।
वो तो आउटसाइडर भी है, जिसे हम कहते हैं नेपोटिज्म का भी, नेपो किड भी नहीं है, पर जिसे जहाँ ऑडियंस अपना दिमाग डिसाइड कर लेती है कि हमें ये फिल्म देखनी है नहीं देखनी है,
राइट।
एंड यू कांट रियली ब्लेम एनी अदर फैक्टर अपार्ट फ्रॉम द कंटेंट ऑफ दैट फिल्म, दैट भाई, या उसका ट्रेलर फॉर दैट मैटर इज एन इंडिकेटर ऑफ थिंग्स टू फॉलो।
The trailer. That's when people decide.
Yeah, absolutely.
Taran, we have a list that Bollywood Hungama has come out with. You want to see the list? This is our list.
Okay.
Would you like to go through it and just tell us what do you think of this list? These are top actors post-pandemic.
Okay.
ये truly box office collection के हिसाब से है. So we can go one by one quickly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So on top, on number one, obviously we have Shah Rukh Khan. 543.05 crore collection आया है. Where is Shah Rukh Khan according to you?
At the top.
Right.
वो सिंहासन पे बैठे हैं.
हाँ.
He's reclaimed the throne.
Right.
उन्हें किंग खान कहा जाता है. मैं कहूँगा किंग खान नहीं है वो. आज की तारीख में वो एम्परर खान है.
Right.
क्योंकि नंबर 1 to 5 पोजीशन उन्हीं की है.
Right.
एंड उसके बाद वो कहते हैं ना, एक अमित जी का एक डायलॉग था एक फिल्म में कि जहाँ हम खड़े होते हैं वहाँ से लाइन शुरू होती है. तो आज जहाँ शाहरुख खान खड़े हैं वहाँ से लाइन शुरू होती है. So he's there at the top.
Right. And well deserved after so many
well
years.
deserved.
Right. Right.
और देखिए, ना प्रमोशन, ना उन्होंने कोई प्रचार किया, ना उन्होंने कोई इंटरव्यूज दिए, ना वो शहर शहर घूमे, ना वो मॉल्स में गए, ना उन्होंने एक एक आदमी को पकड़ के कहा कि भाई मेरी पिक्चर देखो.
राइट.
पिक्चर बोलती है.
राइट. राइट.
जो आंकड़े हैं फिल्म के वो बोलते हैं. दैट इज इवेंचुअली व्हाट मैटर्स.
Eventually what matters. Though we would wish he gives interviews.
That is something that you need to talk to him.
Right. Straight after Shah Rukh Khan, the second number is Ranbir Kapoor, 149.66 crore. Did you expect Shah Rukh Khan के बाद सीधा next number Ranbir का आएगा?
I did not expect.
Right.
क्योंकि सलमान की फिल्म भी आ रही थी, वो भी ईद पर.
Right.
And I thought that Salman would deliver those numbers. At least ईद पे deliver कर लेंगे. Whatever the मतलब शायद लोगों को ट्रेलर पसंद आया नहीं आया, गाने पसंद आए नहीं आए, उनके वो डांस स्टेप्स पसंद आए नहीं आए, जो भी है, दैट्स बिसाइड द पॉइंट. बट सलमान का स्टार पावर इतना इमेंस है ना, ही इज सच अ बिग स्टार, सच अ ह्यूज स्टार, कि शाहरुख को अगर कोई टक्कर दे सकता है तो वो है सलमान खान. बट रॉन्ग चॉइसेस. एंड रणबीर कपूर is making the right choices and the right noises at the box office. So he's got, ठीक है, मैं मानता हूँ कि तू झूठी में मक्कार मेट्रो में ज़्यादा चली बजाय छोटे सेंटर्स के, but that's fine as long as the cost is recovered and you are on the plus side. That's more important. Ranbir is a great talent. Right. Is a great talent. And as I said earlier, if at all someone could be on the throne in times to come,
it can be him.
It could be Ranbir.
Right. Next list में वो शायद नंबर 1 भी हो जाए, क्या पता. नंबर 3 पे स्ट्रेट आते हैं अजय देवगन विद 118.51 करोड़. ना फर्क बहुत है. शाहरुख खान नंबर 1 पे 543.05, अजय देवगन नंबर 3 पे 118.51. Huge gap also, but he is on number 3. Does that surprise you?
I genuinely feel that Ajay can deliver. Look at him in Drishyam 2.
Yeah.
What a film.
Yeah. What a film.
And I feel that Ajay has कई एक्टर्स ऐसे हैं जो एनए में अमित जी के लिए अक्सर कहता था अपने रिव्यूज़ में कि उनको ज़रूरी नहीं कि वो डायलॉग कहें तो वो ऑडियंस समझे. कभी कभार लोगों की नज़रें बहुत कुछ कह जाती हैं और उनकी आंखें बहुत कुछ कह जाती हैं, उनके एक्सप्रेशन बहुत कुछ कह जाते हैं. अजय में वो काबिलियत है. ही इज़ अ वेरी सुप्रीमली टैलेंटेड एक्टर. एंड आई थिंक मे बी भोला, आई वुड लाइक टू ऐड दैट भोला, I feel with talking about Ajay Devgan, he's a better actor than director. Yeah. He's a very accomplished director also. Technically he's got it right. But the only problem is, Rohit, that maybe he needs better writers.
Right. That's always, it comes down to that.
Yeah, it comes down to that. Right. And even for Bhola, my humble observation, I think I mentioned it to Ajay also, that I was expecting the father-daughter relationship.
Right.
In the film, which I felt was very minimal. The action took over. Action was great, but लोग एक emotions देखना चाहते हैं.
Right.
एक कहानी सुनना चाहते हैं अच्छी।
Right. You know, straight on number 4 is Salman Khan, जो 4 पे आ गए हैं, जो which is a drop because you know Shah Rukh is on number 1, then Ranbir, then Ajay, then Salman at 112 crore, 112.00 crore. Is this a drop? Do you see
Well,
this?
it is. Unfortunately, it is. And I hope Salman realizes. You know, Salman अगर अपनी फिल्मों के साथ अपनी फिल्मों को ईद की रिलीजेस के साथ कंपेयर करे, इतने सालों से जो वो इनकी हर साल ईद पे फिल्म रिलीज होती आई है, उन्हीं के साथ कंपेयर करे तो सलमान को स्वयं रियलाइज हो जाएगा कि समवेयर डाउन द लाइन किसी का भाई किसी की जान हैज not really worked at the box office, has not given those numbers at the box office. So if he has slipped to the number 4 position, I would still say that, you know, ये जख्मी शेर है.
Right. Dangerous.
Wait for tiger. Wait for tiger. तो ये टाइगर की दहाड़ उस वक्त सुनाई देगी. The roar of the tiger will be very evident at that point of time. So let's not write off Salman Khan. Maybe, as I said, you know, that today we are talking about Shah Rukh Khan. We are talking about Pathan. You know, in between I read a lot of statements where people were saying, oh, किसी का भाई किसी की जान के numbers तो पठान के साथ मिलते जुलते नहीं है. Why are you comparing किसी का भाई किसी की जान with Pathan? If at all Pathan needs to be compared, it has to be compared with Tiger 3. वो मुकाबला देखने लायक होगा. वो मुकाबला दोनों का इक्वल लोगों का होगा. और तब देखना पड़ेगा कि कौन आगे और कौन पीछे.
Right. That will be a fair fight because Shah Rukh will also be.
Absolutely.
Right. And someone who, Kartik Aaryan on number 5, someone who had Bhool Bhulaiya 2 changed everything, got the industry back, huge numbers, has come down to number 5.
He's a very hard-working boy, Kartik. And I genuinely feel that, and he's making the right choices also. He's working with some great directors. I have a lot of expectations from Satya Prem Ki Katha because the director is a very talented director. And of course, Kartik and Kiara Advani, the combination that was seen in Bhool Bhulaiya 2, are going to be in this film also. So it's a great film to look at or look forward to. Let's see. You know, he's still got. See, hits and flops are part of this industry, and you need to accept it. You need to take it in your stride. I genuinely feel that ये ऐसे जो रोड ब्लॉक्स आते हैं ना, ये स्पीड ब्रेकर्स आते हैं, ये हर एक्टर की जिंदगी में आना जरूरी भी है. क्योंकि अगर आप सिर्फ कामयाबी देखेंगे तो आप शायद वो ऑब्जेक्टिविटी लूज करने लग जाएंगे और आपको यही लगेगा कि मेरे स्टारडम पे भरोसे सब कुछ चल रहा है. बट कहीं ना कहीं आपको महसूस होना चाहिए कि स्टारडम के साथ साथ जो एक और इम्पोर्टेंट जो बुनियाद होती है फिल्म की, वो होती है फिल्म की लिखाई, और वो लिखाई होना बहुत जरूरी है. ऋतिक रोशन at number 6 at 78.66 crore, huge superstar. Do you think he should do more films? He should do more films, and I told his father about this. Okay. I told him when I saw a private screening of Vikram Vedha, I had liked Hrithik in it, and I was talking to Rakesh ji, and I said, आप अपने बेटे को क्यों नहीं बोलते ज़्यादा फिल्में करने के लिए? He said, आप बोलिए. But I guess सबकी अपनी सोच है, सबकी काम करने का तरीका है, और शायद मुझे जो ठीक लगे वो उनको ठीक ना लगे, जो उनको ठीक लगे वो मुझे ठीक ना लगे. तो maybe he has his reasons of doing limited films, but he is coming back with Fighter, and he's a fighter, and then he's going to be War 2, with Junior NTR, my favorite actor. So I think that combination with Hrithik and Junior NTR, NTR is someone I've seen his South Indian films, Telugu films also, and I think he is dynamite on screen. And Hrithik's talent also. And Hrithik's talent. So, what a combination is going to be. Right. Varun Dhawan, just next to him, 75.84 crore. Do you think he did the work, Bhedia and all that, that's kept him here? You know, he's done something different. He tried. Bhedia. He tried. So, let's not underestimate him. ये एक बात कहना चाहूंगा कि इनकी जो आने वाली फिल्म है बवाल, I have high expectations from this film again because of the director. The director is a very capable director, Nitesh Tiwari. And उन्होंने छिछोरे जैसे बनाई थी फिल्म, अच्छी फिल्म थी, कामयाब भी थी, इससे पहले भी कई फिल्में बनाई हैं, बट बहुत काबिल डायरेक्टर हैं और बहुत काबिल राइटर भी हैं. तो मुझे यकीन है, and I'm very confident that he'll bring out a very different facet of Varun जो शायद हमने बड़े पर्दे पर अब तक देखा नहीं. Right. Then comes next Akshay Kumar at 68.25. Lot of quantity but less quality. Yeah, sadly. यस, लॉट ऑफ फिल्म्स, ओवर एक्सपोजर, साल में 4-4, 5-5 फिल्में। एक वक्त था जब अक्षय का वो 4-4, 5-5 फिल्में चल जाती थी, शायद अब फिल्में नहीं चली, ये फिल्में नहीं चली। और पर यहाँ पर मैं ये भी कहना चाहूंगा कि स्पेस आउट करना बहुत जरूरी है। पिछले वर्ष उनकी 5 फिल्में लगी थी, 4 थिएटर में और एक OTT पे। 5 फिल्में एक साल में, आप कितने भी काबिल एक्टर क्यों ना हो, पर रोज रोज बिरयानी भी अच्छी नहीं लगती। सही बात है ना। तो कहने का मतलब ये है कि आप थोड़ा स्पेस आउट करिए। हाँ, मैं मानता हूँ कि एक वक्त था जब हम बहुत सारी फिल्में देखते थे अमिताभ बच्चन की। अमिताभ बच्चन की एक साल में 6-6, 7-7 फिल्में लगती थी और सभी सिल्वर जुबली 25 हफ्ते, 50 हफ्ते, 75 हफ्ते चलती रहती थी।
तब वही एंटरटेनमेंट होता था,
वही एंटरटेनमेंट होता था। यू सो राइट। आज की तारीख में लोगों के पास OTT है, टीवी है, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली आपके सोशल मीडिया आपके पास है, जो आपको थरली एंटरटेन रखता है। तो अब अक्षय कुमार, आई एम श्योर, विल बाउंस बैक। काबिल एक्टर है, he has proved in the past as an actor, as with numbers also, and I'm sure it's a question of one Friday that can one good Friday, but very important to space out.
Number 9 is really surprising for me because जहाँ हम शाहरुख खान की बात करें वो 500 करोड़ में खेल रहे हैं, आमिर खान is at 58.73 crore on number 9.
Well, he is the person who introduced 100 crore club with Ghajini.
Yes.
Amir Khan is the person who introduced 200 crore club with Three Idiots, and then 300 crore club also.
Yes.
और अब आप कह रहे हैं वो 9th नंबर पे है, इस लैडर में सबसे ऑलमोस्ट नीचे। और ये एक 2 शुक्रवार की वजह से हुआ है शायद। एक ठग्स ऑफ हिंदुस्तान which was a terrible film, और लाल सिंह चड्ढा which was a bad film also. देखिए, जब when आमिर खान works in a film, expectations multiply. ठीक है, मानता हूँ कि ठग्स ऑफ हिंदुस्तान was a very shoddy script, very badly written film, but look at the combination.
Right.
Amitabh Bachchan, Amir Khan, Katrina Kaif, Yash Raj. Can't go wrong. It went wrong. Lal Singh Chadda, आपका अपना home production,
which he believed in, he lived with it for years.
But even his performance
was poor.
If you ask me, I did not like it. I genuinely did not like it. और मैं आपको यहाँ कहना चाहूँगा कि आमिर एक बहुत अच्छे एक्टर है, बेहतरीन एक्टर है, बट आई डोंट नो व्हाट वेंट रॉन्ग विथ हिज परफॉर्मेंस इन लाल सिंह चड्ढा। कुछ पोर्शंस अच्छे थे, लास्ट का एक पोर्शन है वो मुझे सीन बहुत अच्छा लगा, इमोशनल सीन था। अदरवाइज फिल्म बहुत ही कमजोर फिल्म थी,
राइट।
और लिखाई इतनी कमजोर थी कि आप बर्दाश्त नहीं कर पा रहे थे आफ्टर अ पॉइंट।
Right, and you know, it comes from a very, it's inspired, it's taken officially from such a big, commercially successful, critically acclaimed film. So
पहली बात तो प्लीज मैं हाथ जोड़ के कहता हूँ, रीमेक्स बंद करिए। और ये हमारे हर एक्टर के लिए लागू होता है, आमिर खान के लिए हवाले से नहीं कह रहा हूँ मैं सिर्फ। उन्होंने तो एक हॉलीवुड फिल्म को रीमेक किया था, हमारे यहाँ तो साउथ इंडियन फिल्म की इतनी रीमेक्स बनती आई है अभी तक कि प्लीज बंद करिए। और ये हर एक्टर को मैं हाथ जोड़ के कहना चाहूँगा, बंद करिए, बहुत हो गया। क्योंकि आज की तारीख में पीपल वांट टू वॉच ओरिजिनल फिल्म्स। राइटर्स की कमी नहीं है, बशर्ते आप उन्हें एनकरेज करें, प्रोत्साहित करें कि भी आप अच्छी कहानी लिखिए, कुछ नया सोचिए कमर्शियल दायरे में। एंड ये हर एक्टर के लिए जरूरी है। शाहरुख खान ने रीमेक नहीं किया, पठान वो ओरिजिनल फिल्म। आप कुछ भी कहिए, ये बराबर नहीं था, वो बराबर नहीं था, वो फिल्म चली और ओरिजिनलिटी की वजह से चली। इन टर्म्स ऑफ कंटेंट वो रीमेक नहीं थी। एक्शन फिल्म का एक्शन कमाल का था, गाने जबरदस्त थे, शाहरुख खान तो क्या कहने, दीपिका पादुकोण वाज वेरी गुड, जॉन अब्राहम वाज फैंटास्टिक, एंड सोने पे सुहागा वाज सलमान खान। सो इट वर्क्स, राइट। और ऐसी बात नहीं कि रीमेक्स ही गारंटी है। एक वक्त था जब हर एक्टर करता था रीमेक, दिलीप साहब ने किया है राम और श्याम, राइट, तो वो भी कामयाब हुई थी। अमित जी ने की है, राजेश खन्ना ने की, धर्मेंद्र ने की है, हर एक, शत्रुघ्न सिन्हा ने की है, हर एक्टर ने की अपनी जनरेशन में रीमेक्स, मैं डिनाई नहीं करता। बट अब नहीं, अब OTT पे लोग देख लेते हैं।
एंड ऑल्सो आज आपके घर पे OTT है जहाँ ओरिजिनल फिल्म एक्सेसिबल है।
बिल्कुल, आज आप एक आम आदमी देख लेता है। और सोशल मीडिया में तो बात आंख से भी ज्यादा तेज फैलती है कि ये तो इसकी रीमेक, और वहीं पर रिएक्शन आपका आधा कट जाता है कि अरे रीमेक का जैसे ही टैग लग जाता है, आधी ऑडियंस आपकी वहीं गायब हो जाती है। तो प्लीज रीमेक मत करिए।
Right.
दृश्यम 2 रीमेक थी,
हाँ,
बट उसमें कई सीन्स ऐसे थे, जैसे मैंने दृश्यम 2 जो मलयालम फिल्म थी, मैंने दृश्यम 2 मलयालम फिल्म का भी रिव्यू किया है,
ओके,
जिसमें मोहनलाल थे।
जी,
और जब मैंने ये फिल्म देखी तो मैं एक डाउट के साथ गया था कि मुझे शायद वो सीन टू सीन रीमेक
पता हो।
लगेगी, बट इनमें जब फॉर एग्जांपल एक सीन है, अक्षय खन्ना अजय देवगन के घर पे आ जाते हैं, आपने फिल्म देखी है आई एम श्योर, वो उनके घर पे आ जाते हैं, उनकी वाइफ के साथ उनको कन्फ्रंट
जी,
करते हैं, बहुत एक कोल्ड वॉर चल रहा है,
हाँ,
और बहुत मीठे अंदाज में वो
हाँ,
बहुत कुछ कह जाते हैं
हाँ,
अजय देवगन की वाइफ और उनकी डॉटर को। वो लंबा सीन था, वो ओरिजिनल में नहीं था, और मैं सोचने लग गया कि यार क्या जबरदस्त सीन है। ऐसे कई और सीन्स भी थे जो इस फिल्म में पिरोए गए थे। तो एक दर्शक के लिए जिन्होंने ओरिजिनल भी देखी है, उनके लिए नॉवल एस्पेक्ट है।
राइट।
और अगर आप बेशक एसेंस ले लें वहां से और इंस्पायर हो जाए कहीं से, बट आप उसमें कुछ नयापन तो लाइए, कुछ नया करने का प्रयास करिए। इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर any and every actor and any and every director to think out of the box today.
Right. So, जब आमिर खान की बात, coming back to him, someone who goes wrong for 2-3 years of his career, 2-3-4 years, somewhere we can question maybe he doesn't have a reality check of what today's audience wants.
I don't think so. I think he's very much grounded. और and I'm sure आमिर अपनी फिल्में रिलीज से पहले सबको दिखाते हैं
जी,
और उनसे ओपिनियन लिए होंगे। मैंने भी फिल्म रिलीज से पहले देखी थी और मैंने कह दिया था मुझे नहीं पसंद आई, बट ही एक्सेप्ट्स दैट। तो वो रियलिटी चेक है उनके, वो बहुत अच्छी बात, फीडबैक वो ले लेते हैं। बट क्या होता है कि आप हर बार तीर जब मारते हैं तो वो निशाने पे नहीं बैठता।
राइट।
मे बी ही विल बाउंस बैक। देखिए, हर एक्टर के फेज लाइफ में एक फेज आता है जहाँ वो एक लल फेज से गुजर रहे होते हैं। शाहरुख खान ने भी एक कतार में फ्लॉप्स दी थी, पठान आई, फिर उससे पहले अमित जी ने भी एक कतार में फ्लॉप्स दी थी, लाल बादशाह, कौन कौन सी फिल्में बनाई थी जो शायद वो भी याद रखना नहीं चाहते होंगे अभी। और फिर उन्होंने एकदम कैरेक्टर रोल्स पे स्विच किया, मोहब्बतें आई, या सलमान खान ने भी एक बहुत ही नाजुक दौर देखा और फिर वांटेड आई। तो एक अच्छा एक्टर ना, उसे दर्शक हमेशा मौका देती है और वो कहती है कि आप अच्छी फिल्म देंगे तो हम आपको फिर एक चांस देंगे,
हम आएंगे,
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल आएंगे। एंड आई एम श्योर आमिर खान को भी वो मौका मिलेगा।
Right. Last but not the least, Sanjay Bansali's blue-eyed boy, Ranveer Singh at 53.42 crore. Someone who has the potential, who has big names, Rohit Shetty, Sanjay Bansali is on number 10.
Which is very heartbreaking. But अभी उम्मीद करते हैं कि now he bounces back with Karan Johar's film.
Right.
He's collaborating with Karan Johar for the first time, with Alia Bhatt for the second time, if I'm not mistaken, after Gully Boy. Yes. So, looking forward to that film. He's a great talent, and I see less of him nowadays, which is a good sign. I mean, from my point of view, I'm talking of. Maybe that's a strategy that he's adopted now, which is a good strategy. Again, from my opinion, point of view, I feel that Ranveer has it in him. One good commercial film. I loved him in Simba.
Same.
And I loved him in Padmavat also. He was awesome in that film.
Right.
So वो talent है in बाजीराव मस्तानी. और ये कहना कि वो सिर्फ संजय लीला भंसाली के साथ चलते हैं, ये भी गलत होगा ना, ये नाइंसाफी होगी, क्योंकि उनके टैलेंट के साथ आप गलत कर रहे हैं।
Correct.
उन्होंने रोहित शेट्टी के साथ सिम्बा भी दिया है, उन्होंने सूर्यवंशी में भी एक छोटा रोल था।
Right. 83 people liked him also.
Yes. वो ठीक है, उसका नंबर्स उतने नहीं थे, या एक्सपेक्टेशन बहुत ज्यादा थे। बट कमिंग बैक टू रणवीर सिंह, आई थिंक मे बी this coming month, or after 2 months, in July, right?
Yes.
He's teaming with Karan Johar for the first time. It could be a turning point. It could be a beautiful turnaround for him.
Yeah, let's see. Great. Today's was one of the best interviews I think Taran we have had. Thank you so much for all that.
Thank you so much, Rohit. It's such a pleasure talking to you. And I must confess that I really enjoy talking to you.
Thank you so much.
कुछ बातें ऐसी होती है जो मैं अन्य इंटरव्यूज के साथ बात नहीं कर पाता, पर आपके साथ बात करता हूं। और मैंने बॉलीवुड हंगामा को पहले भी इंटरव्यूज दिए हैं, पर जो मेरा कंफर्ट लेवल आपके साथ है और जिस सरलता से और प्यार से आप ये सवाल पूछते हैं, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है। तो थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.